What's up, everybody? My name is KSaun. Welcome back to the PBA. This is week number 9, the final week of the regular season, and heading into this one, our playoff chances are pretty slim. We are 3-5. We have to win this week. We need a number of other things to go our way, and we probably have to win by a lot. That is what I'll say. Realistically, our chances at making the playoffs, they're probably not going to happen, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try this week. However, this being the final week, I'm also going to try and bring some heat, some spicy sets, just to see if we can pull them off, and it should be a good time. We are playing up against Sylvite this week, coach of the Nethersharps, and you're going to notice their record is pretty rough this season, 1-7, minus 28 differential. They were a player who, I don't know if they've ever done a draft league season before, or if they haven't done one in a few years. I know they're very, very new. However, that being said, the early part of the season, they were losing like 5-0, 6-0 in the first few weeks. They got better throughout the course of the season, and not only that, they had a 0-1 loss last week, but the week before that, they actually beat Darude, and up to that point, Darude hadn't lost a single game. And if you guys don't know who he is, he's the one who beat me in the finals of PUDL, so he is a very, very good player, and Sylvite beat him, so I am not going to underestimate Sylvite, but we are going to cook up some fun stuff because this is the final week, and I don't think we can make playoffs, so we're going to see how it goes. I don't know, and if we can win by a lot, maybe we can sneak in, but we'll see. So, taking a look at their team, though, they have Shaman, Sky, Latias, Palafin, Annihilate, Rotom Heat, Terra, Serena with Ice, Poison, and I believe Water Terras, Komala, Sylveon, Terra Flying King Gambit, which is absolutely terrifying, and Clodsire as well. So looking at their team, I think they actually have a pretty good roster. Looking at the speed tiers, a couple of things are a little annoying. The Shaman Sky with the super effective grass typing is really good to basically counter any sort of booster speed Iron Boulder set I might run if he just runs Choice Scarf. And they also have really good priority with the Palafin and the King Gambit. Both are super effective into Iron Boulder, so even though a mon I love to use, Iron Boulder, not going to bring it this week. There are also a couple other problems for this. The Palafin Jet Punch can always do a lot of damage to my Chi-Yu if it is in the battle. So a couple of things that I need to keep in mind. Getting the Sun up to try and mitigate that damage from the Palafin. And the other thing is I'm going to try and bring some sets where I can hopefully sweep. Again, even though I'm going to bring some weird stuff this week, just because it is the final week, I'm also trying to bring extra sets that can just potentially sweep, because I don't want to just win. If I do win, I want to win by a lot, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. First set I'm bringing is an Eject Pack Torkoal set, and yes, this is with Shell Smash Eject Pack. Yes, I ran this 2 weeks ago. I didn't get to click the move, and I really want to get to click the move this time, so it depends on what he brings this week. I think if Palafin shows up, Palafin is probably the lead, just to make sure that he can get that changed hero form in right away. And if he does that, that is really, really nice for me, because with the Sun up, we will actually take very little damage from whatever attack Palafin goes for, especially because it's not the hero form yet. If he tries to click Flip Turn or something like that, we will click Shell Smash, get on out of there, and then basically we can go into our next mon, LEAFEON, who can click Copycat and get his own Shell Smash up. Now, basically the thought between these two mons together here is that obviously I can click Shell Smash with Torkoal. It will boost his stats, lower his defensive stats, and Eject Pack means whenever you lower one of your stats, you get on out of there. Well, because Torkoal's so slow, the last move used, Copycat will copy the last move used. And because it's Shell Smash, LEAFEON gets to use Shell Smash, which it normally cannot use, and that move is really broken. So, I'm hoping to get the Shell Smash off on LEAFEON. I think that would be super fun. The sets we're running this week, Max Spadef on the Torkoal, and Max Attack, Max HP on the LEAFEON. And this is one of the things that Shell Smash can offer me instead of just going for a Sword Stance with LEAFEON, is because, one, if we get out of the sun, we still have basically double speed because of the +2 speed boost. But also, in the sun, with the +2 speed boost, and Chlorophyll, we can outspeed any Scarfer regardless without any speed investment whatsoever, so that's really, really nice. We're running Leaf Blade this week because if the sun goes away, I still want to be able to do a lot of damage rather than the Solar Blade, which takes 2 turns to pop off. We've got Knockoff for especially the Latias, but it can hit pretty well into most of Sylvite's team. And we have the Terra Blast, Terra Rock. Now, I had a really tough time deciding on what Terra types I wanted to bring this week, but ultimately I thought Terra Rock could work because the two mons I really struggle to hit hard are the Shaman Sky and the Rotom Heat, and Rock is super effective into both of them. The other thing here is, as well, if he has King Gambit and goes for the Terra Flying on King Gambit, maybe I can just get lucky and he will Terra Flying his King Gambit and Terra Rock will be super effective and I can just knock it out. The next mon is a very interesting set, something that I didn't expect to run this season, but it is a full HP, full attack. Now that is physical attack, booster energy, Walking Wake. And this is a physical Walking Wake. This thing is not normally a physical attacker, but this set we are running with it. The booster energy will boost its physical attack because that's its highest stat in this battle. We've got Dragon Rush, Liquidation, Knockoff, and Dragon Dance. With a Dragon Dance and the booster energy attack boost, Dragon Rush can one-hit KO the Latias. Liquidation can one-hit KO a Sylveon if it doesn't have much bulk investment, and Knockoff can also do a lot of damage into the entire team. So I don't expect him to expect this set. I think if he brings the Sylveon, it's probably his switch into this thing, and it's not actually going to be that much of a check. We are actually just going to blow it up with a Liquidation. If I get Stealth Rocks up, we just kill with a Liquidation, basically guaranteed. Again, it's a weird set, but the one thing that I don't like about Walking Wake is it doesn't have any setup moves for its special attack. It can't go for like Calm Mind or Nasty Plot or something like that. So even though it's a special attacker, this is a way that I can guarantee to be boosting my stats on a turn if I decide to. Next mon that I think can potentially just go crazy this week, it's basically my third setup mon, and this is the Weakness Policy Zamazenta. We brought a very similar set last week and it popped off with 5 kills, Close Combat, Play Rough, Heavy Slam, Light Screen. Those 3 moves hit pretty much the entire team. Light Screen is to make sure that we live a special attack from some of these special attackers, and again, very similar to last week, a lot of those special attackers hit super effectively. The Latias and the Shaman Sky and the Sylveon. So basically all the special attackers will hit hard, and I expect Sylvite to want to bring one of those in to hit me really hard, but not so fast. I will basically get a +2 attack boost and just kind of can go crazy. The one thing that can hold this up, obviously a Scarfer on the other side that can do a lot of damage, or 2, if he brings the Clodsire. I basically have to get rid of that thing before this guy can do anything, because he literally cannot touch the Clodsire at all. We're bringing Lando T this week, the Odin, Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock, and for as much spice as I have in this lineup, this is very not spicy. It's literally just a max speed Choice Scarf set. Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-Turn, Stealth Rock, pretty as much as simple as you can possibly get. The one thing I do have to look out for is he has 2 Defiant mons on his team. The Annihilate is most assuredly going to be Defiant, which means if we lower one of its stats, it will get a +2 attack boost. So with the Intimidate, it'll drop at 1, but then it'll raise 2, so it'll be overall a +1 boost for him. So I do have to watch out for that. I don't expect King Gambit to be Defiant. I expect it to be Supreme Overlord, which means Intimidate can actually be pretty useful here. Honestly, I don't expect Landers to do a whole lot here, but I just basically wanted a Scarfer here to be able to outspeed stuff at the end game, especially the Annihilate, because I could see Annihilate being a Scarfer. If anything is going to be on the other team, I think it would probably be that, or potentially the Shaman Sky. But why stop at 1 Scarfer when you can have 2? And yeah, with all the spice on this team, had to go with another simple set that I know just works really well. Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, and Psychic with a max speed, Timid, Choice Scarf, Ifrit. 12 kills on the season so far. It is our kill leader. We'll see if we can get it any more this week. Obviously, we are running max speed to basically speed tie a Scarf Palafin. I don't anticipate Scarf Palafin at all because I think it's way more likely to be banded. He doesn't really have a reason to be Scarf. Like, he can easily just go Choice Band with Jet Punch and have priority and just knock us out if we're not in the sun. And even if he is in the hero form, in the sun, he gets close to one-hit KOing with the Jet Punch, I believe, as well. So ultimately, guys, this is the team. Hopefully not our last battle of the season, but I think the odds are probably going to say that it will be. Hopefully we can at least end the season on a good note, though. But best of luck to Sylvite. Let's jump into the fight. All right, trainer's been found. Going up against David, aka Sylvite, in the final week of the PBA. This should be fun. And there's no Clodsire, which is awesome. I'm really happy to not see that. Everything else, I think, is what I thought. I had... Oh, no, actually, Shaman Sky is here instead of Rotom. I wasn't sure if that would come either, but it makes Weakness Policy look better. I'm going to lead Torkoal, because if he leads Scarf, Annihilate, and Final Gambits, I don't want to get rid of Fenrir here. I probably could have just led Scarf Odin, but we're going to go Torkoal. I kind of think he leads Palafin, just because a lot of times when you have a Palafin, you typically just lead it anyway, and you just sacrifice the, you know, the early lead or whatever. But, yeah. All right. Good luck to Sylvite. Should be a good one. We need a lot to go our way, but there's a tiny chance we can make playoffs if we win this really handily. So we need to win by a lot. Latias lead. Interesting. So... this could be maybe like Weakness Policy or something. Could be Screens. I don't really want to just go for Rocks because I think if this thing leads, it's either... it could be Screens, that'd be fine, but it's probably Setup. Do I just Shell Smash? Just say screw it? I mean, I think we live anything, right? Screw it. I didn't get to do it last time. I'm just going to try it this time. This might go just completely blow up on my face, but why bring it if you're not going to click it, right? So we'll see. Just goes for Draco, so that is fine. We do live because of all that crazy special defense investment, and that tells me that thing is specs because that did a ton of damage. That did a ton of damage. 43 out of 344. As all of our stats are going to go up, but the defensive ones are going to go down. So Eject Pact is going to get us out of here. And we should be able to go for the copycat. So we will go into our coral here. And I don't know if this is going to work at all, guys, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see. This thing could go for Weather Ball, potentially. He's -2. No, he's specs. We already know that. What does a -2 specs do to me? A lot. It does a lot of damage. But we have to do this anyway. There's no other play for us. So I'll still just click Copycat, and we'll see what he wants to go for. See if he wants to stay in and click another Draco. I wanted to try and get rocks up before I did this, but you know what? It is what it is. Maybe he'll just switch out. Honestly, that would be pretty good for us if he just swaps. Has he seen my video, or has he seen any other videos? Does he know the Copycat tech is coming out? That is my question. This thing doesn't get priority, so unless it... And it's specs, so we know it can't switch its move. He doesn't know what to do here. He's going to withdraw. So we are still going to be at full HP. Future Sushi. Excuse me. Palafin. So we're going to go for the Copycat here. We're going to double our attack and speed stats. And we're in the sun, hilariously enough. So we've got the Shell Smash LEAFEON all set up, which is really awesome. This is something I've been wanting to try. And we'll see how this goes. We got the white herb, so now we don't have our defense drops. And now do I just click Leaf Blade? Because what else is coming in? Shaman Sky, maybe? Latias can take a Leaf Blade well, but we would outspeed and then just knock off after. I mean, like, Palafin can't really touch us, right? So do I just knock instead? Like, there's nothing Palafin can do to us. I think he probably goes either Shaman or Latias expecting the grass attack, so I'll just click knock off. He's gonna swap. Show me the Latias. That would be ideal. Mamma mia. Don't know who this is. That is the Sylveon. Interesting. I'm not sure what move he was expecting there. But yeah, we're gonna get a big old knockoff on there. And then we'll just Leaf Blade, because Leaf Blade should kill it. And this is why I brought Leaf Blade instead of Solar Blade, because I'm going to run out of Sun turns. And if I have Solar Blade, then I just don't get to attack, really. So, LEAFEON popping off. The Shell Smash working. We are still really set up right now. It takes out the Sylveon, which is awesome. He unfortunately does have his Hero Palafin set up. But now what does he go for here? If he brings in the Latias, do we die to a Specs Draco? Probably, right? Well, we would just knock it off and then it wouldn't have its Specs anymore, though, I guess. That is the Latias. So now we click knockoff. And then I think knockoff kills. Yeah, knockoff should kill. Especially because it's probably offensive. We'll just click knockoff. Is he baiting this out to get rid of Sun turns? It only matters if he has a Scarfer, really. Knockoff is going to take out the Latias. LEAFEON going crazy right now. I'm so happy that this set worked. I believed that this set could work. I knew, I was like, this thing has a chance. All right, who's Giga Chad? It is the King Gambit. And unfortunately, I don't think I brought Double Kick. I did not. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I don't think this guy can one-shot me with anything. Did we see Supreme Overlord? I don't think we did. I should have been paying attention to that. I don't think I saw Supreme Overlord. He could Terra Flying, though. Do I just read the Terra Flying and just Terra Blast straight up? I mean, this would be so bad if he doesn't Terra. He probably doesn't Terra, right? But if I Terra Rock and he Iron Heads, it doesn't kill us, but Sucker Punch would kill us after. I have to get this play right. Here's the thing. I don't do a ton of damage to him. Screw it. Maybe he'll Terra. I'm just gonna pray that he's Terraing. Because he doesn't know my Terra is the thing, right? So, like, he might Terra not knowing what I'm gonna go for. And now I just gotta hope that he Terra'd. And if he did, then we have a really good chance to win this game. He did not Terra. Yeah, I should have just probably clicked Leaf Blade. But that's fine. It is what it is. Does a little chunk. Nothing crazy. And he goes for Kowtow, which Kowtow's okay. 156 down to 334. Does it tell me anything? Okay, so I think that's just full adamant max attack roll, and he is Supreme Overlord. So now here he really should go for Sucker. He should go for Sucker here, right? If he has it. I don't know. I'm just gonna Leaf Blade. He did not Sucker. That actually did... It almost looks like that did less than Terra Blast. It shouldn't have. Maybe we low rolled. Kowtow Cleave will take us out, but LEAFEON honestly put in a ton of work here. So I'm pretty happy with that. Got 2 kills, almost 3. And now here, do I just go Scarf Chi-Yu? How much does Sucker Punch do to me? Nothing crazy. 36 to 43. Flamethrower always kills. Latias is dead. Shaman doesn't want to take a flamethrower. Palafin, how much does Palafin take from a flamethrower? I could just go Zama here. I think I go Zama. Shaman, Palafin. Yeah, I'm going to go Zama here. I'll be +1 defense. I don't think he can really touch me. And does he give this thing up is the question. I'm going to light screen in case the Shaman comes in. He's going to withdraw. Hopefully this is Shaman. Boulder Puncher. That is Annihilate. And now that has me concerned. Maybe this is... Would this thing be Scarf? If he's Scarf, is that a problem? What if he... I mean, if he Final Gambits me, then he only has like 2 1/3 Mons left. I think if he was Scarfed, he probably would have... I'm just going to play rough. I really hope this isn't Scarf Final Gambit. Really hope it's not Scarf Final Gambit. I don't know if he'd make that play, because he does have to kind of worry about me. Oh, he just U-turns. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That is lovely. So he is Scarf, though, and now we know that. That means he probably has Final Gambit, though, which kind of sucks. So something's going to take a play rough, but he can always revenge me with it. So if we proc weakness policy, he will always just come back with it after. And I'm trying to win with as much differential as possible, which is why I didn't want to see Final Gambits. Not only do I want to win, but I want to win by a lot of diff. Because I think my only chance at making playoffs revolves on other things happening and winning by a lot. So, like, I'm more likely to throw the game and lose on accident because I'm trying to win with a lot of diff. We do land the play rough. Get a chunk of damage off, which is nice. Gets the attack drop. I'm sorry. That's actually pretty brutal for him. And then here, I think I kind of just CC now because we got the attack drop. So even if our defense goes down to, like, even, we would take not a ton of damage, I think. I'll just CC because he can't go into Gambit on it. If he goes into Shaman, then, you know, I can always just proc weakness policy, I think. Although I would be -1. Thing is, I might save this thing anyway, because I haven't procced weakness. And I know that he probably has Gambit on Ape. I almost brought Probopass this week with Sturdy, just so that he couldn't Final Gambit me. CC does not kill, which sucks. Hopefully... What do we see here? Going to Wave Crash, so he's going to die to Recoil, I think. Oh, that does a lot. That does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. But we do take it out. King Gambit is looking pretty scary here now. I didn't really think about that. There's always the Sucker Punch endgame. And do I lose to Gambit in the back? What do I have here? I do have Intimidate for it because it is Supreme Overlord, which is nice. I think I just go into Tonberry and sack it. Gosh, I really don't want to sack anything, but I think I have to. Because I die to this thing regardless. I would rather just die and get the sun up. If he U-turns, like, it legit might not kill me, but I don't see him U-turning. I think he's just going to go for, like, Drain Punch or CC or something. If he goes for Gambit, then that's just wonderful. Yeah, he goes for CC. Okay. Now... So now we know this guy's Scarf. My Ifrit would outspeed, but I actually don't know if we kill in one hit here. Yeah, I don't think Landorus kills either. This is actually a problem. I think I have to go Chi-Yu here. I mean, at -1 in the sun, I'm pretty sure Flamethrower just kills. I'm going to Flamethrower, I think. No, yeah, I'm going to Flamethrower. In the sun, -1, I think this kills. He'd have to have a decent amount of bulk. He should just go Palafin here every time anyway. Oh, it's the... Oh, I'm perfectly fine with this. He's sacking off King Gambit. That's pretty nice. So we do kill King Gambit with the Chi-Yu. So we don't have to worry about Sucker Punch endgame. Dude, I'm literally saying the same thing I said last week, like Palafin is still around. I already killed Palafin. Like, what am I talking about? I'm so dumb, dude. Yeah, Flamethrower doesn't kill in the sun. Neither does Fire Blast, though. I actually don't know how I really get around this. It's going to be tough. And because my Bahamut is not ever faster, ever. I think I just have to get my chip. That sucks. I think I just have to get my chip. Did we crit? Or is he just 0 bulk? Am I miscalcing? Did we crit? We did not crit. I'm calcing something wrong. I don't know what I'm calcing wrong, but I'm totally happy about it. Okay, well then in that case, I think this is game over. I think. What did I calc wrong? I'm calcing in the sun. Oh, I'm doing max HP ape. I don't know what I'm calcing. He is 0 bulk. He is literally 0 bulk, and we got a 50-50 roll. That's what I'm seeing. I'll just Flamethrower. We're still in the sun. He's not Scarfed. This should kill. That is going to be it. That is going to be GG. That was a crit. That definitely did not matter. I thought I needed a crit on the last one. Wow. That is 0 bulk Annihilate. And we win 4-0 in the final week. No, 5-0. 5-0? 4-0. We lost Torkoal. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I think we probably had to win 5-0 or 6-0 to even have a chance to make it. Basically, we need Baldy to lose to Travesty this week, and then we need the best differential amongst a ton of teams that are 4 and 5. We are 3 and 5 before this week. Same with Travesty, Maki, and Frito, and Baldy is 4 and 4. But Travesty plays Baldy, so. Basically, we need Baldy to lose, and we need to somehow have the best differential of all those teams, and we're all going to be very, very close together. So, hoping that 4-0 maybe is enough to take it home. But you know what? At the end of the day, guys, we got to show the LEAFEON Shell Smash set. It popped off. It got 2 kills. It got a chunk of a third, which is pretty cool. And yeah, overall, really happy with this week. I thought that endgame was actually going to be really scary. I'm so dumb, man. I literally said the same thing as I did last week. I thought Palafin was still alive, just like when I thought Great Tusk was still alive. I'm losing my marbles sometimes, but you know what? It is what it is. We got the 4-0 win, which I'm pretty excited about. So anyway, guys, at this moment, I don't know if we made playoffs or not. My guess is we probably didn't, but I'm assuming future me will probably put something at the end of this video as a little recap, either for the season or talking about that we're going to playoffs. I don't really know, but regardless, GG's to Sylvite. Awesome game. I know he has been... he was out of Draft League for a few years and then came back this season, so he had a tough go of it, but he's been leveling up throughout the season. So really happy to get a pretty big win here and maybe give ourselves a chance. All right, guys, unfortunately, that is going to be the end of our season. I think I said during the battle here, wasn't sure if it was going to be the end or not. We did end up winning 4-0 against Sylvite and ending the season in a really good note, but top 6 make the playoffs, and we got 7th. A couple of things had to go our way for us to make the playoffs here. One of the things did go our way. Frito, who was another team who was 3 and 5 heading into the week and was actually above us by 1 differential and also had beaten us head-to-head, had to lose this week, or at least had to finish behind us in differential. They ended up losing their match, so that was pretty huge for us. However, another thing that had to go our way is that based on finishing 4-0 in this last fight, we would have needed Travesty to beat Pokebaldi by 2 or 3 kills. If either one of those circumstances happened, we would make it. But if Baldi won or Travesty won by either 1, 4, or 5 kills, 6 kills, we would not make it. And I know that sounds really weird, but it is because of differential, basically. If he won by 2 or 3, we would be the highest differential because Baldi would drop enough, Travesty wouldn't rise enough. Anyway, it's a little complicated, but we finished 7th. Top 6 make the playoffs, and we finished 7th. Baldi and Travesty, it's a little unfortunate, basically, how it worked out. Travesty has a really kick-ass job where he does like some really cool, different, crazy hikes on beautiful mountains and different countries and stuff. I'm very, very envious. But because of that, he got called into work and basically couldn't play this week. He didn't have any sort of time to find a schedule. Jack, our commissioner, who is really, really awesome, offered to basically play in his place against Baldi or find another coach to play in his place. But Baldi ultimately decided that he didn't want to do that, and he decided he would just take the forfeit win there. So I can't blame him. I mean, obviously, it allows him to just get into the playoffs for free, so I don't necessarily blame him for that. But it is a little disappointing for me just because I wanted to see what would happen in that battle. Because if he lost 2-0 or 3-0, we would be the one making the playoffs. But obviously, he wanted his opportunity to make the top 6 there, and he's going to take it. So that is the season for us. Our MVP definitely was Ifrit, the Chiyu, 15 kills, 5 deaths. Zamazenta put in a lot of work with 9 kills, 6 kills for our Boulder, 4 for the LEAFEON. Shout out to LEAFEON, who we picked up late in the season. Loved the Galarian Wheezing this season. Most disappointing mons, I feel like Walking Wake, I don't know, man. It feels like it should be really good, and I just don't love it. I unfortunately didn't get to use the Probo Pass. Shout out to Torkoal, though. 0 kills, 4 deaths. However, I will say, our record is 4-5 this season. Again, if you remember, this is a long season, 9 weeks. We lost our first 3 weeks, and then we changed our roster and basically added a Sun variant with Torkoal and stuff like that. If you look at the games where we brought Torkoal and the games where we didn't, Torkoal is 4-1. The games where we didn't bring Torkoal were 0-4. So that basically tells me like when we brought the Sun, we did very well. And the only game that we lost where we did bring Sun was actually against Nova, who had Rain, which kind of counters Sun a little bit, or at least it's hard to play the weather game. And so maybe this is just kind of confirming something I already knew. My first ever Draft League season was actually my best, I would say. I went 3-2 in the regular season, but I made it all the way to the finals. And that was with a team that had a rain mode. And of course, the next time I play weather is here with Sun. And we were 4-1 with the Sun team. So maybe going into the future, I need to look a little harder into playing, certain weather teams. Maybe they're just easier to pilot. That could be possible. Or maybe it's just something that I excel with. But I definitely will not look away from weather teams in the future. I think they're really fun. I love that they have, a certain play style, and I feel like it makes the win condition easier to see. And because I'm playing against so many players who have played much, much longer than I have in Draft League, maybe that is kind of the benefit for me, is being able to basically see the win con easier, or basically see, what conditions I need to make in order to win the game. But overall, we were 1-4 at one point during the season, so to finish 4-5, plus 0 differential, no negative or anything like that, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually pretty content with it. And there was a very real chance we could have made playoffs at the end of this week, even though I thought our chances were basically done a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we ended up making it very, very close. So best of luck to everybody else in the playoffs for the rest of this season here. And for everybody watching, thank you guys so much for watching all season. This month or next month, I will have some more videos coming down the pipe. I won't get too far into it, but I am joining essentially 2 leagues, and they are pretty massive leagues. I won't talk about them too much, but they're pretty awesome. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.